Should you scout 4th Anniversary Red and Charizard? Are they any good? Guys, before you begin to say that, hey, we're getting another Charizard again, well, give this Charizard a chance. He's finally a dragon type. This is not a fire type Charizard. This is a dragon type. So, people were outraged about, last year's 5th anniversary where they threw 3 Arc Suit Fairs at us, Arc Suit Fairs 500 Scout points. This year is much better, the treatment. And we get a brand new type of Master Fair or type of Scout called an EX Master Fair. Now, speculations were, higher Scout points and everything. I'm glad to say that it's only 400 Scout points. Plus, you can get fair exclusive Scouts or fair exclusive sync pairs inside all these banners. There are a couple of sync pairs or fair exclusive or Poke Fairs, should I say. There are a couple of Poke Fair sync pairs that have a higher chance of appearing. But if I'm not mistaken, most, if not all, of the past Poke Fairs are also in this banner. So, the moment you scout for, all of these new anniversary units, you have a chance of getting a Poke Fair unit as well. So that's very good news. Plus, you get presents as well as, while you're scouting for this banner. Now, let's take a look at this Sync Pairs kit. This starts on the anniversary date itself, which is August 28th, and ends on October. So you got quite a lot of time to scout for this guy. You have Strike as his role, and he has an EX roll of tech. That means a 1.5 times multiplier if you unlock his EX roll. And just so you know, this red speaks. If you haven't seen the trailer, if you haven't heard or something, this red speaks. So if you want to hear red speaking every now and then, probably scout for this sync pair. And maybe you can hear him talk like words are not unnecessary and Pokemon Masters EX and whatsoever that he wants to say. Anyway, guys, this sync pair has an exclusive Lucky Cookie, which is Draconic Sync 4, powers up your sync move when the field is Dragon Zone. Now, how does he bring in Dragon Zone? Let's take a look at his kit right now. So, terrestrialization is a thing nowadays. So this sync pair can terrestrialize. It starts off with a regular Charizard, and then at the start of the battle, this debut Dragon Sync Terra will transform it to a Dragon type. And by having that, you get 4 passive skills. First one, Kanto Shining Legend, powers up your sync moves as well as your normal attacks by 20% to a maximum of 50%. That's a 1.5 times increase in damage. So if you're able to have 3 Kanto Sync pairs in your roster, you can get to power up your sync move by 50%, which is nice. And then it will also raise your physical moves up next effect by 3 after using your sync move. And then you also get some damage reduction to a maximum of 31% damage reduction if you have 3 Kanto Sync pairs, which is nice that this is not just applying to normal attacks now, it also applies to sync moves. Second passive skill, Shrine of the Silent Fighting Spirit. At the start of the battle, once you sync the Terrestrialize, which you don't have to do anything, it's just automatic, you get to raise your attack stat plus 6. And then every single attack you attack an opponent will be a critical hit. And whenever you attack an opponent, you will raise your physical moves up next effect as well as special moves up next effect plus 1. Now, he has an AoE attack, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be per opponent that your physical moves up next effect and special moves up next effect is gonna raise to plus 3 instead. I do not know about that. I'm not too sure. Third passive skill, Dragon Aura Overflow, turns the field of play into Dragon Zone the first time you attack an opponent. That's where you bring in the Dragon Zone. And then after you use your sync move for the very first time, You get to bring in Dragon Zone as well, and then it will extend the duration of Dragon Zone. And what does this mean, guys? This means that he not only is a strike sync pair, he not only is a tech sync pair, he's also a field sync pair, and this can extend in duration Dragon Zone. Very nice. Take note, this is not EX Dragon Zone. This is just a regular Dragon Zone. But some part of me prefers the regular ones because the EX ones do not last a long time, and that's kind of frustrating for me. Anyway, fourth passive skill, Living Legends Intuition applies Kanto Physical Circle to the field of play after you use your sync move for the very first time, and then it will raise the sync buff of your team by 1. What the heck is this? This is a double sync buff. This is the EX skill of support sync pairs. So not only is this a striker, not only is this a tech sync pair, not only is this a field sync pair, but it also is a support sync pair. So the missing thing about him is being a sprint sync pair. He has 4 roles, guys. Strike, tech, support, and field. Cool. Now let's take a look at his attacks. You have Shining Dragon Claw. This is a buddy move. He has 2 buddy moves, just like Signature Giovanni also has 2 2 buddy moves. You can only use this once. You have another buddy move, Treasured Scales Outrage. Let's talk about them one by one. Shining Dragon Claw will be activated when your attack is raised, and it will deactivate when your attack is not raised. Same thing for Treasured Scales Outrage. So what does this do? It will never miss. It will apply the physical move break effect to the opponent. Now, if you took a look at the dev letter or whatsoever, physical move break means that the opponent will receive stronger physical attacks. I'm not sure if this is a temporary condition or it lasts until the end of the battle, but either way, you will get to dish out stronger physical attacks against the opponent. As for physical attacks, does that also include physical sync moves? I'm not too sure. I have to recheck. And then, if your team, if you yourself does not have a sync buff yet, that means you have not yet used a sync move, it will double in damage. And then, if you do not have a sync buff yet, you will lower the opponent's defense -6 once you use Shining Dragon Claw. You have Protect. You have Treasured Scales Outrage, which will never miss. And then the stronger or the higher your special moves up next effect is, the stronger your Treasured Scales Outrage is going to be. And then it will remove all your special moves up next effect. Treasured Scales Outrage is a physical attack, so it will only check the physical moves up next effect. So the higher physical moves up next effect is, the stronger your Treasured Scales Outrage is gonna be. Remember, every single rank up of physical moves up next effect or special moves up next effect, for this case, physical moves up next effect, will raise your damage by 40%. It will ignore the special moves up next effect. He does not have any special moves. But with this, effect, it will check the special moves up next effect also, and the higher your special moves up next effect is, the stronger your Treasured Scales Outrage is going to be. How do you raise your physical moves up next effect and special moves up next effect? Check the second passive skill. Every single time you attack an opponent, you get to raise your physical moves up next effect and special moves up next effect. And again, there are other ways to raise those other stats. Just check out the passive skills on your own. Shine for Victory is your trainer move. It will reduce your sync move countdown -2. It will apply super effective up next effect to yourself, increases your physical moves up next effect +3, increases your sync moves up next effect +5. That's a 50% increase in your sync move damage. Wow, that's a lot of multipliers for this sync pair. Then you have a Terra move, which is Lazuli Terra Blast. You can use this unlimited number of times. In fact, you're probably going to use this move most of the time because you only have like 1 MP for your buddy moves anyway. It will never miss. It will charge your move gauge +1 every single time you attack an opponent. So if you have 3 opponents, you charge your move gauge +3. And then it will raise your sync moves up next effect +1 for each opponent that you are able to hit. So if you have 3 opponents, that's sync move up next +3, and that's a 30% increase in your sync move damage. Very nice for the sync pair. You have your sync move, which is, you know, striker hits all opponents, and tech sync pair, meaning you increase your sync move damage by 50% or 1.5 times damage. So let's take a look at his multipliers right now. You have Kanto Shining Legend, which raises your sync move damage plus 20% just in case he's alone and does not have any other Kanto sync pairs. That's again 20% increase in sync move damage. Next, you bring in Dragon Zone. Dragon Zone, if I'm not mistaken, is a 1.5 times increase in damage or 50% increase in damage or something like that. And then Kanto Circle, if you're able to somehow extend the duration of the Kanto Circle or something like that, that's another multiplier, not just for normal attacks, but also your sync move. You can raise the sync moves up next effect for anniversary red as well. And then you have a super effective up next effect that's a 1.5 times increase in damage as well. And so a lot of multipliers. Again, the physical move break, I'm not sure if that will apply for your sync move, but if that does, that's another multiplier. So very, very many multipliers for this sync pair. Plus, again, after you use your sync move for the very first time, this also acts as a support sync pair, giving you that double sync buff. And with the Dragon Zone and everything, that's 1 out of 5. And at 1 out of 5, he just sounds insane already. Let's take a look at his sync grid right now. Oh, by the way, he has Draconic Sync 4 as a lucky cookie, as we have discussed earlier, which is also another multiplier for the sync move. Headstrong Natural Remedy, hit special boost up 1/9 if you attack the opponent. It will raise your special moves up next effect. That will raise your special moves up next effect quite quickly. And this will only apply for the body move again because his normal attacks are just physical moves. And his sync move is also a physical attack. Safety Tether, Draconic Acceleration, Dragon Zone attack move damage reduction. Strong Start 3 might be very nice. At the start of the battle, you get to raise your physical moves up next effect, as well as special moves up next effect plus 3 stat rank, starting very strong. And then you have Strike Sync move boost up 1, 9. Whenever you attack an opponent, every single opponent you hit, you get to raise your sync move up next effect +1. If you use your Terra move for the opponent, you already raise your sync moves up next effect +1 for each opponent. That means you can, every single time you attack an opponent, once you use your Terra move, you can raise your sync moves up next effect +6. That's insane. Haymaker, the stronger your attack is, the higher your attack is, the stronger your sync move is gonna be. Ally set circle, physical boost up to 9. First hit, physical move, and a lot of multipliers for this guy. You have head start 2 at the start of the battle. You get to lower your sync move countdown. Dragon Drop Zone brings Dragon Zone at the start of the battle. So, just to clarify, his passive skill will bring in Dragon Zone the first time you attack the opponent. But Dragon Drop Zone at the start of the battle, without you doing anything, will bring in that Dragon Zone. Another multiplier for Dragon Zone, if you have Dragon Zone Pokemon moves up and sync moves up 5, it will power up your moves and sync move by 50% when there's Dragon Zone. And then there's the debut Kanto Circle Physical and Extension 5. To have another multiplier at the start of the battle, you get to bring in Kanto Circle, and it will extend the duration of Kanto Physical Circle. But take note that this is only unlocked at 4 out of 5, but that's a really good multiplier and then a really good extension. And then at 5 out of 5, you got a first use status Pokemon move, Restore Body Move MP1. So again, he has 2 buddy moves, which you can only use once. And by using Protect, you can get to bring in another MP for both Shining Dragon Claw as well as Treasured Scales Outrage. And that gives you a chance to just dish out very, very strong damage again to the opponent. As for other tiles, you have Lazuli, Terrablast, Move Gate, Refresh. Shine for Victory, move special boost up to 9 to raise your special moves up next effect. Shining Dragon Claw, Move Gate, Refresh 9. Protect, Move Gate, Refresh 9. I'm not really a fan of those. But very, very strong sync pair. Plus 2 tiles to power up your sync move by up to 50 power. So guys, this sync pair is just, with Head Start 2, he kind of acts like a sprint sync pair already, but not exactly that crazy. I mean, if I see an Adrenaline 3 somewhere together with that Head Start 2, well, he acts like a strike, tech, support, sprint, and field all in one, but he does not have the Adrenaline something. So he acts like a strike, tech, support, and field unit, especially if you have him 4 out of 5 and you got the debut Kanto Circle Physical and Extension 5, as well as Dragon Drop Zone. Well, he is everything you're looking for in the sync pair. And as far as I know, his multipliers are just insane. Just insane. Dragon Zone, super effective up next effect. That Circle, you have Haymaker, you have sync moves up next effect, you have that physical break, and he is an EX roll tech. Plus his lucky skill is Draconic Sync 4, plus Dragon Zone physical moves and special sync moves up 5. He's just, I cannot wait to see how much damage he does. And as, you know, as the logo and, you know, special character as of, you know, Pokemon Red, this is just insane, making this sync pair this powerful. I wanna try him out because before I say that he's that powerful, but as far as we know, he does everything and he's just strong, and he is definitely gonna be meta in terms of dragon types. And imagine pairing him up with Arcsuit Lance with the dragon type rebuff and stuff like that. Arcsuit Lance can already bring in triple dragon type rebuff, which is the maximum rebuff you can give an opponent. Combine him with red, which brings in Dragon Zone as well as Kanto. I'm not sure if Lance is a Kanto sync pair or a Johto sync pair in terms of Arcsuit Lance, but either way, he's just insanely strong, and we cannot wait to see how he does. So, are you scouting for this sync pair? If you are, let me know, hit the like button and stuff. And I'm rushing doing all these videos. I don't think I'll be able to do the gem count as well as events video. I'm prioritizing these first because red is coming out really soon. If you want to help me out, coffee.com/splgum, or join the members by clicking on join below, or join my patreon.com/splgum if you want to visit and support me on Patreon instead. But either way, guys, that's our red. And that is just strong. Cannot wait to use him. See you in the next video. Rawr.